you know, where he's headed with that character. But we're not talking about future competitions. We're talking about what's here, right now. It's Lucas versus Isabelle. Some beautiful blonde characters stepping up on small battlefields.
Yeah. And Isabelle, a character we actually see a surprising amount here at MTVA.
It's just enough to make you wonder.
Yeah.
You know, it's not super prevalent, but they're showing up decently enough. And so hopefully Arcadia has some of that knowledge on hand, because a lot of characters, you need to know how to fight them or you're going down. And so far, so good with some of that strings.
Choosing not to follow up with the combo there, just trying to get a little more safe control with that wave landing.
A couple of PK skills to kind of keep Crooked at bay, making sure they don't have a lot of avenues to set up. And now playing a ledge, shooting some PK fires, crossing paths with the slingshot.
Neither of these players want to commit to any option, because they know, for instance, they do gonna get punished for it. A lot of these characters have a lot of pretty strong projectile play, but they also know that they don't really have strong offensive tools. A lot of these characters, you know, very good defensive ones. Especially Lucas, this is frame data like out of shield. The fact that the Animal Crossing characters have their Nair. I've
talked to Crits a few different times about how Lucas has really good buttons and really good tools up close, but the problem is that kind of suffers on the approach side, like you said. So hopefully Arcadia can get past that. But it's hard to, you know, approach Isabelle with a lot of those tools. But hey, we're finding some traction right now. And a little bit of a freeze for flavor there as well. Just a quick pocket of the thunder, a little bit too low, but yeah, we're getting back with that.
Should be fine, yeah. Do wonder, because I know the PK.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not going to do anything. PK.
That's cool though.
Yeah, it looks definitely interesting. And you got to think, if Arcadia DI'd that wrong, how could that have gone in? And back up middle of the stage, 150%, definitely going to take it.
Simple punish, a little bit of interesting comment. Yeah, you're just going to go around. Okay, makes sense. Some characters do have that ability. And PK fire on the lockdown, just in case. It's a fun little surprise tool that'll help Crooked later.
Stole my joke. I'm a little bit tighter though. But at this point, that's a really strong move, especially with a 1.9 multiplier. If you're Crooked, you probably want to save that for an actual kill combo. Especially, that could definitely kill around maybe another 10%. Or it could now even like them at the ledge with this rage.
And you remember you have to use or lose that pocket. This stock is getting a little bit wary for Crooked, but it's still the spacing. It's the poking at that mid-range that's really getting Crooked a lot of mileage here. So you can hold on to it for a pretty long time if you can just keep avoiding some of the harder hits, except for that one.
Yeah. I saw Crooked there around like that after getting the PK fire, that he was playing a bit more around that down B, knowing that it can't absorb it and not have to take the 1.9 multiplier.
Showing your hand is pretty solid the tactic to do, because if you disincentivize someone from tossing out something like that, it becomes a fun little mix-up. Speaking of mix-up, trying to use that PSI magnet at ledge to kind of mix with the recovery, but getting caught by the fishing pole all the same. And now, one full stock difference here. Crooked's looking pretty nice right now.
Yeah, especially Crooked also absorbing the PK fire once again. Right at the ledge, Arcadia coming down, throwing it out. Crooked's saying it's mine now.
And fun little slingshots for days, getting that, just, you know, tacking on percentages. Definitely a nickel and dime type character. You know, you're not going to be getting huge percentages off of single hits. It's all about stringing them together. And that's what Crooked's bringing to the table, is playing that mid-range, still finding a lot of traction.
Yeah.
And Arcadia just isn't quite sure how to, you know, fully get in versus the Isabelle.
Yeah, it's just like these fast projectiles to really throwing away the PK fire, but these projectiles are able to keep them out. And Lucas's kind of awkward airspeed at times can definitely be a problem trying to get in against a kid like Isabelle.
Fun little string from Arcadia. And that's the problem. Lucas has some good buttons up close. They hurt, but you gotta get in first. That's half of the battle, what's looking like right now. And Arcadia is kind of losing that battle here, especially in the corner, especially that percentage deficit right now. 130, looking kind of bloodied right now.
Yeah, at that point he's trying to find a way to get rid of the Lloyd rocket there.
Oh, I like that. Nice. Down tilt, forward smash. It's the connect. It's the stock. But you still have a long way to go. And, you know, he's going to have a long way in the game, too.
Yeah, not even a kill screen there. Just a...
Just peace out. No kill screen, no nothing. Just, hey, we're just moving on, I guess.
My people need me. There we go.
Yeah, a nice smash cut to the game, too. In this sitcom we call Smash Brothers. So now Arcadia has to think about it. I don't think I've ever seen Arcadia play another character.
Yeah, I can't say.
For some reason, before I saw Arcadia play Lucas, Paolo came to mind, but I think I was mixing it up for someone else. But it's more of a situation of like, how can I figure out the problem instead of trying to switch characters to avoid it? Something everyone should really learn. It's just like, I need to start thinking with the tools I have in hand instead of trying to switch them around, and hopefully that's what Arcadia does. You know, sticking to the Lucas, sticking to his guns is tried and true. And how can I get through this problem? How can I work around it instead of trying to avoid it entirely?
I think they went to town.
Home field advantage for Crooked. But, I mean, it makes sense. A little bit of a smaller side blast zones. You can maybe get some stocks earlier on Crooked. And that again, if you want to play defensive, good stage. Pretty horizontal.
And I think a big thing that Arcadia was doing was killing mostly off the top.
With those fishing rod throws, it's off the top Arcadia went. So it makes sense. You know, you want those blast zones to be a little bit more form-fitting to what you want to do and what you're trying to avoid.
But now this pocketed PK fire becomes a lot more dangerous, especially with the smaller side blast zones. It's not going to take much for really just like a jab for Crooked to turn this. There we go. You know he's going for it. There we go. Smaller stage.
Excellent call out on using the PK fire to get the stock from game 1. Brought it into game 2. Crooked has those tricks on lockdown, and yeah, avoid the ledge when Isabelle's nearby, because she will just infinite hammer you, and it will be painful.
At this point, Crooked can just camp out. I
just remembered, is again, we got hazards on, so is anyone popping the balloon or are we all business? Very important distinction between players.
I'm personally more of a business person.
If you don't pop the balloon, you know, you're not cool.
Look, the soccer ball bounces as it chooses. It'll do what it wants.
And you can direct that. Ooh, okay, not getting the 4th hit. That would be the spike on stage to kind of follow up with something. Hopefully, Arcadia can find a decent stock here. Yeah, just instant return fire, you know, give back to sender there with that. PK fire, not finding anything off of it, but gonna find so much. Ooh, that's the nice sweet spot fair. Just the tip of the toes off of Arcadia. Gets Crooked stock. Still down, but not out.
Man, at this point, you just gotta, just off stage now. A lot of options. Can't really kill at this position, but keeping them off stage would have been really, really strong, especially with a character that can ledge trap like Isabelle.
And hey, look, there's a quick Zair as well. That's also a pretty good pressure tool that I haven't seen Arcadia use too much. If you want to get in a little bit closer, definitely a viable option. There's a nice quick little, more and more in percentages. Now finding footing in the close range. Oh, that's rough.
F tilt. Yeah. Once you get small blast zones, that looked like it barely did kill. But if you're Arcadia, you're not particularly upset because you had a worse first stock. So even in that, into the down smash. Luckily you hit on the last hit because that down smash gets bigger as it comes out, but weaker too. You're getting the biggest but the weakest hitboxes of them all.
Now Crooked starting to get low in percentages. Yeah, a little bit too low in the fishing hunt, not getting that tether auto grapple. And that, I mean, Crooked still could have lived a decent amount considering how well they've been holding on to stocks this set, which is a shame because now Arcadia has a chance to bring it back. Oh, looking a little bit rough.
Yeah, unless there's that pressure just coming in from Crooked.
All right, it is buried. Lloyd now officially gone. I like that follow-up with the grab. A little bit of sweet spot action there. That is the grab of the item, but still off stage. Not quite finding that spike.
I do like Arcadia is actually pressuring Crooked off stage. He was kind of laying a lot more back. Oh, he was laying a bit more back in the last, pretty much this whole set. And now it's actually providing offensive pressure, making Arcadia actually, making Crooked mix up how they do recover. But once again, this is a jab away from killing.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is, that's the win con for Crooked. That's why Crooked's kind of fishing for something right now, fishing for the jab, simply put. Ooh, going a little bit eager there. Yeah, what are you going to do? Just quick roll away. Yeah, we're playing safe here. We're playing safe. We're playing smart, and we're calling out that shot.
That S smash not as big, but losing the PK fire.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to go around. I want to avoid this problem entirely. I like the spot dodge. That is a call out and a half, and Crooked was doing so well. Game 1 sealed the deal. Game 2 started to slip a little bit, and Arcadia manages to keep his winner side run intact as we're going to game 3.
Crooked was fishing a lot for that jab. And even, I don't even think at that part it would have killed. I think the main problem is they were just focusing on one very specific situation and not playing the game.
I think it's definitely important to understand that if you tunnel vision on your one of your win cons, you're going to be missing a lot of other opportunities to find the game. And that's what Crooked did a little bit there, like you said. And keeping yourself open to those different options, like what you can really bring to the table, what you can do to secure this game, secure that final stock, is so important. And even just playing like more non-committal, waiting for them to approach and mess up and then just punishing them for it is so important as well. And now still home field advantage for Crooked. On the Smashville pick, we got that sliding platform, and we're going to see who takes it. Who you got, Nick?
I don't want to say anything about who I have, because I feel like both these players, depending on how they start, can really turn the game around. But I'm not sure if you saw at the beginning of the game, Arcadia dash grabbed through Crooked, and the only reason why Crooked didn't get hit by it is because he pocketed it, and Pocket has iframes at the beginning.
The awareness. That is some intergalactic brain power required. That's a quick conversion, and Arcadia just kind of, yeah, he popped the balloon though. Arcadia did pop the balloon. It's going to give him good luck in this battle, good tidings. We're going to see if he can maybe bring it back.
At this point, this is
it's
really
rough.
only
it's real rough.
Some more damage until it's a jab away from death. And it looks like Crooked kind of learned, especially with that first stock, not to kind of play around that jab as he took the stock, not even needing it.
Oh, rolling in into the PK fire. Rope snake coming in handy once more. Getting rid of it. Oh, that's an air dodge. That is an SD. And this is not looking like Arcadia's game right now.
It's not impossible, but especially with a character like Isabelle, which can live, especially if you don't have good approach options or good punish tools, can live for a long time.
It's going to be very difficult. It's an extremely uphill battle if Arcadia wants to find their footing. But Crooked is just running with it. Crooked's having a grand old time. Like, I'm going to keep up the same old game plan. It's working for me right now. You're at 60% last stock. All I really need to do is tap it in.
This is
reflect.
You're reflecting the fair. At this point, once again, this is a jab away.
Ooh.
Especially with all this rage.
I love the little reflex from Arcadia. Might not be enough to really save him, but kind of nickel and dime you right back into this game somehow, man. 5 minutes on the clock. You have the time to do it. It's a real hard one. That's a very nice way to capitalize on an overcommitment from Crooked. Playing a little bit too offensive there, getting caught out for it. That's one stock down. Can Arcadia find 2 more?
God, just all this damage building. Going out, saving his jump, though, not having to get pressured by the Isabelle. Not able to continue the nair off the nair, but back at ledge. At this point, you need to build damage if you're Arcadia. You're not killing this early.
Interrupted. Interesting.
I don't think the up air hitbox hit. I think it was just playing out the down B.
You're gonna
make it back.
Nice recovery. Yeah, it's the trade though. It's the same situation that Arcadia punished Crooked for, getting that first stock this game, and now it's on the reversal side, and Crooked seals the deal in there in a well-fought set and game 3 situation. So good stuff to Crooked. Continue on in this winner side bracket.
Yeah, I think up next we had